Boys podcast. There ain't nothing going on but the Rent Boys podcast right now with me, Alex Camp, not yet sunburned, award-losing comedian, and in the middle here,
hi there,
Dom Attenwoods.
it's me, Dom.
Just doing his thing.
Yeah,
All in black.
that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, at a funeral for his own jokes. And then over there, Ethan Smith.
You right?
Sure. Did you know Ethan's 1/8 black?
Apparently.
And that's why the only part of him that's tanned
It's just up to here.
is just there. 1/8.
Just up to there.
1/8 gets a tan.
That's the 8th.
Rest of it just burns.
That's a Jamaican 8th. The rest of it's...
horrific burns. Got to count your blessings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Count them all the way up to 8.
Count your blessings, count your tans.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff. It's summertime.
It's fucking hot as fuck. Too hot, I reckon. I'm not enjoying it.
No?
I'm so slouched.
Why
No.
can't you just enjoy the sweet, nice weather?
I was outside and I was like, oh, this is a bit much, isn't it?
What are you doing? What are you doing outside? You should be gym. Well, yeah, because you're golfing so much.
I
Aren't
went to
you?
hit some golf balls and I was like sweating. It's not a
Golf.
physical activity.
Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. That's rough.
Thanks.
Low
Yeah.
energy vibes right now, isn't it? Ethan, welcome back, by the way, because you've been on a long walk.
Yeah, that's probably why I'm so tired. My feet are hurting. That's probably what that faint smell is.
It is funny because you are limping around the house, and like today, you're like you're doing quite a lot of stuff. That's the thing. You're quite active,
Yeah.
but you're walking like this, like truly all over the shop with your feet.
Yeah.
All funny.
I opened the door today and someone said, you came out like Igor.
Yeah, you've
Kinda
got.
like
Who
hobbled.
said that?
Evan said that.
Yeah, you still
Oh,
got
right.
someone's old injured butler.
Yeah, that's kind. Yeah, and I'm feeling quite butlery, doing tasks, errands.
Yeah, you cleaned the kitchen early in the morning on Sunday, didn't you? Or Saturday,
kind
was
of
it?
just trying to show a bit of appreciation. It's nice to have a kitchen, isn't it? You know,
In that time,
don't have a kitchen in the forest.
48 hours away, and you're like, oh, kitchens, yeah? I miss them.
Yeah, they're good. Sometimes you should go sleep on the floor somewhere in a park or a forest, and you'll think, that's fucking shit. I don't want to do that anymore.
Did you really hate it? sleeping outside?
No, I loved it. I enjoyed the experience, but
Yeah.
it really puts it in perspective. Like, you've got a fucking pretty sick life.
So basically, Ethan went with Ben, who you would have heard on the last episode. If not, check that back. And lived a monk life for a couple of days.
Yeah. So Ben's a Buddhist monk,
Mm.
right? From
Yes. An
school of-
anagarika.
That
Homeless one.
can't say it out loud, but that's what he is. And I went on a journey with him for 2 days. We walked fucking, I don't know.
Is it 30 miles?
10
or
hours a
60
day?
miles or what?
We got 30 miles. It took us all the way to Huddersfield.
Fuck me.
It took 2 days. We stayed in the forest, which was it was all right, but there was 2 owls.
Mm.
And they were just fucking around all night, man. In this forest right above where we were staying. I don't know
messing about, owl.
Yeah. Ben was like, I think it was a baby owl getting taught how to fly. I thought that's actually quite beautiful, but it was irritating at the same time.
It was
Ethan
bothering
goes
you.
to me, there was 2 owls and they were being loud, but you can't really tell an owl. It's not like a roommate, is it? You can't go, can you be quiet, please? Because the owls don't really care.
No, and that's their daytime as well.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about?
You're on their territory.
Well, that's how I feel. When you come and tell me to turn the TV down, I think, what if I was an owl?
I often think that what if you were an
Yeah,
owl?
you'd be nicer to me and probably go over it.
Probably shoot you.
Well, yeah, fair enough, actually.
If you were an owl,
No,
an
no,
owl.
there was a sign at the thing that was like, oh, there's this owl been shot. Can you ring us if you see this?
Oh.
It's a big crime. Can't shoot owls.
Drive by.
Yeah.
Fly by.
How's that going to help him,
or
though?
eat 'em.
Seeing the dead owl? How's that going to benefit them?
Well,
There's
to get
evidence.
arrested for...
Or if you see the person, I thought you meant if they see the owl.
No.
See the person with a gun.
Yeah,
If found the owl, bring it back.
Yeah.
Send pictures of this dead owl. We just will have a look.
Yeah, it's the guy who shot it.
That's a bit weird. You slept in a forest where, there's an active gunman.
Good point. Yeah.
High alert.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was enjoyable. I really enjoyed the experience. I took a few things from it. I think I've realised I'm not a monk.
Really, I thought that you were I thought that you kind of changed and you'd become like monk worthy at this point.
No, of course, I'm fucking miles away from doing that shit. I feel like it's a real commitment to just give up all your shit and go.
You're not
and
giving up?
wander around. I'm not giving up anything.
Not giving up your worldly gear.
I'm not giving up none of our worldly gear, mate. Keeping it on.
Not giving up the PlayStation.
You know, I'm probably going to suffer for it, but
What do you mean?
I'll get over it. Well, that's part of the Buddhist thing, innit? If you have nice shit, you eventually suffer. But I'm taking a gamble, I reckon.
If having a lot of shit means that you're going to suffer, then we can bet that Dom Hatton Woods is going to be fully crushed by his Amazon addiction at some point.
Yeah.
If the amount of crap that you buy online is directly correlated to how much misery you experience, we can expect severe depression for this guy.
Yeah, what kind of karma does that incur? You think of all them people in the Amazon warehouse who don't get to see sunlight for 8 hours. That's almost... But you know, like how vegans don't like factory farming? It's kind of like factory farming for humans, isn't it? Amazon warehouse.
There used to be uncontacted tribes in the Amazon rainforest. Now there's whole uncontacted tribes in the Amazon warehouse.
That is actually spooky if you think about it.
We haven't seen them.
There might be people who've gone in there and never left. Just civilizations that's been built, you know, in between the racks.
Tom Wrigglesworth, the comedian who I gigged with on the weekend, he said that someone he knows moved next door to the Amazon warehouse.
Oh, no.
He gets his Amazon stuff 8 a.m. the next day, no matter what he orders.
Oh, shit.
Just turns up first
That's
thing.
right.
No need to worry.
Well, you put the housing prices up for that.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking. That's a
What did you
commodity.
Yeah, Dom would love to live there.
Yeah, I might move out.
You should move there. Yeah, that'd be good for you.
No, it's quick enough for me. Normally.
Normally, I guess good.
That's good. That's contentment.
Ethan has changed though, because I was it was imagine the scene. I've been up late, yeah. Early morning Sunday, 7:30. Clattering, banging in the kitchen. It's unusual for me. Usually I'm the first one in the kitchen any day. Clattering, banging, moving, talking, a little bit of singing. And I think, fucking hell, that's Ethan. He's up. What's he doing? I thought he was exhausted from his walk. He got back the night before and had a bath, which I've never heard you had a bath before. And you did that first thing.
Yeah.
You came in, you had a bath, which I support, but I was surprised. Anyway, he's banging and clattering around. I'm like, fucking hell, he's cleaning. He's either cooking or he's cleaning.
Yeah.
And eventually I just, I'm sick of this now. I'll go downstairs. The whole kitchen's clean, right? Floors are shining, glistening from being mopped. Rare occasion that happens.
Probably the second
Wait
time.
a minute, hold on, yeah. He's done something here. And I look through, and all the way down the end of the kitchen, I see the French doors. Through the French doors, I see Ethan in the garden meditating, sitting in the foliage. The foliage.
I was grounding myself. I was getting deep in there with
Nature.
Buddha,
God, karma.
I don't know, man. I was just I
Vishnu.
feel like, what I learnt was you know, I'm not a monk, but you don't have to be a monk to go on a pilgrimage. And I think we're all going on our own little pilgrimages all the time. So don't worry too much about having a shaved head and that. Even though for some of us it's inevitable, I think.
So were you in loads of pain when you got back?
Yeah, I was in loads of pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, actually, the pain didn't set in until I'd finished the journey, you know, and knew I was on my way home. And then I was like, I was like in tears. This has really actually been quite hard.
And what was the walking like? Was it really quite...
The terrain was, well, I don't know, we was on the canal for a lot of it. And then we went up into some stony areas. They had stones there.
Why would you do that if you're walking?
Well, because...
Why do you want to go in a stony area? Stay on the smooth areas, mate. You're about to walk more. Don't go on the stones.
Well, it's had a nicer view.
That's a mad thing to do.
Well, we went up to the tops. Have you done much adventuring around Manchester?
No.
Right, so we're on the Pennines. So that's it's like some hills or some shit. And they've got they've got a trail and it goes up to somewhere else, right? So we decided to follow
I'm glad
that.
now you didn't know what the Pennines was. Now he's explained it to
Got
you.
some hills.
You know exactly what it is now.
Yeah.
That great explanation.
Should have Googled it. I don't know. It's called the Pennines. We're involved
Did
in
you
it.
know what it was before you went there?
It's all over the shop. They always talk about it. Pennine this, fucking Pennine that.
They do say that, yeah.
It's because we're in, I don't know the area we're in. I'm not a geography man, right?
And what about, was it like, what was the feelings when you're walking? Because surely at points it would have been quite miserable and like, fuck me, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, you had to, that's when you started, that's when the pilgrimage starts, is when you're fucking having a shit time and you got to forget about it.
Well, and then you sit and meditate.
No, you fucking just keep walking and be in pain.
But was it ever like, I can't walk anymore? There's so much pain.
Yeah, we're all the way through. All the way through. Like, probably like a few miles in, I was like, I've got a huge blister on my foot.
Yeah.
Gonna have to just ride it out. Wrapped it up at my mum's. So, no, to be honest, I did a pilgrimage, but I'm from here. So I basically just walked around my hometown and then up to Huddersfield, where I've also been. So it wasn't like super, you know what I mean? It wasn't like exploring new lands.
It wasn't exactly like going to Mecca, was it?
No, I walked past my mum's.
But most people will
You didn't spend your whole life thinking, oh, you know, one day when I'm a man, when I want to really connect with God, I'm going to go to Huddersfield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's not what young people dream of when they're.
It's not the well of enlightenment.
No, when you're thinking, how can I really prove my faith? Well, I'll just stroll on up the Pennine Way to fucking Huddersfield.
Yeah.
But you would have never seen them things before, so I think it's quite an amazing thing you did that.
Yeah, no, it was nice, and it was nice to talk to him. He's got some really good insights, and I think he helped a lot with the cult stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was a weird time.
Well, like why you joined it and gave you...
Well, it was just like, I've seen some mad shit in this cult, and he was like, well, I've seen some mad shit at this monastery.
Yeah.
And I was like, go talk, talked about that.
Ask an idiot. We got rid of Delhi developments because there's no Delhi anymore. We're not interested in that.
No, we moved on.
We've moved on.
Ethan threw his life away.
Bigger and better things, right? Ethan's chosen to
be unemployed.
A traveling, wandering monk now instead of working. So we are going to talk about some of the things that are going on now, viral videos, news stories, right? What's going on in the world right now, yeah? Because we're up to date, guys. We're on the finger on the pulse, aren't we?
Yeah, we know stuff. I've seen things.
He's seen things, right? I've
seen billboards.
What things have you seen?
You
would have seen
what's going on in the current zeitgeist? Loads of stuff's happening. The football's on.
Yeah, the
Euros.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of the matches?
I watched one.
Which one?
Romania versus Germany.
That's a random choice.
Yeah, I was just there at the time.
Where? What in? Where?
Yeah, I was in Romania.
Yeah. That's where you walked. That's where you walked to.
Yeah. No, it was just in the pub called the Spread Eagle.
Oh, you went down the spread?
Yeah, it was. Which is rude.
Is that in Chorlton?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You don't know that pub?
Can you stop doxing us all the time as well? No one needs to know our exact postcode. Maybe we'll be able to triangulate from the places that we've...
People that listen to this don't care enough to...
They all know where we live. They've been here, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Watched it.
I think it's nice to pretend that we live in like a fictional town, like Springfield or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Chorlton is kind of like a fictional town in a way.
Do you think so?
Kind of cartoonish, isn't it?
Because of the hippies and the lesbians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On bikes.
No, it's not right.
Because they don't exist. First thing is a bit of a video thing I've been noticing. The Hawk Tuah girl.
Oh, yeah. I've watched that.
Have you watched it?
Have
you seen that?
Well, it's taken off. Everybody's seen it.
I mean, by the time this comes out, it might be down again. But it's been big.
It doesn't surprise me that you've not.
Well, I have no idea what.
You've not seen the words Hawk, Hawk, Tuah, Tuah. You've not seen those on any social media or anything?
No.
So the Hawk Tuah girl, there was a street interview. You know street interviews, don't you?
I know what that is.
Yeah, people interview people on the street, like Beck does.
Yeah.
Except they don't always star in it.
And they're not in a wheelchair.
They've got legs.
You're not in a wheelchair. That's mostly his is just like, what do you think of disabled people? And they're like, what the fuck? And that's it.
Yeah.
It's a great channel. I love it. I'm not...
Give it a watch. Beck Comedy.
Beck Comedy.
Shout it out.
So this girl, they come up to her on the street in Nashville, Tennessee. It's in the American South.
Yeah.
And they ask her, something about what do you need to do to make a man happy or something like that. I can't remember the exact question. And she goes, you got to give it that Hawk Tuah spin on that thing. You get me?
Right.
On the penis.
Yeah. Oh, Hawk.
Like a spitting action.
Well, now she's famous.
Yeah.
Fuck.
She's become the Hawk Tuah girl.
And is she riding it? Is she like enjoying it?
Well, the only thing I've seen that she's done is she's had caps made.
Caps?
Like trucker
Hawk Tuah
caps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, apparently she hid. She's deleted her social media, so she don't want the smoke, but she does want the fire. Smokeless coal.
Smokeless coal was probably used in Nashville to do ribs and that.
Yep.
Barbecue.
So she didn't like grow a massive following?
Barbecue.
No, she didn't choose to do it. She was just one of these street interview people. And so she's just become massive and people have been tracking her down. They found her social media and like found who she is and stuff, which by the way, people who do that, that's insane that you just sit down thinking you're a detective. Like,
Yeah.
Some of them might be detectives.
Do you think detectives do that though?
Bent detective in terms of corrupt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Just to clarify, not gay detectives.
She could have, man, if that was me, I'd be touring now.
Yeah, that was the thing. What would you do if that was you? If you'd said something when you were, she was clearly drunk when she did it. Would you be like,
I'd be
I'm
capitalising
gonna
on it.
kill her on this? Yeah.
I'd be capitalising, yeah. I'd even like pay someone to do that to me. And
Well, you pay someone to come to you in the street spontaneously, interview you, and be like,
yeah, but I'm not very good at conversation, so I don't imagine anything funny would happen.
That is true. Yeah, it's just like, no, I can't. I've got to catch the tram.
They'd just be like, what
many-
was it to make a man happy? You'd be like, golf and comedy. And
How many views did the video get?
Millions.
Yeah.
9, 49, 20 something like that.
I've had more than that, and people aren't talking about me, are they? Speaking of which, I had a video. I put it on TikTok. Got like 40,000 views. Anyway, it was one of my classic green screens
Yeah, classic.
of my uni certificate, and I noticed I left my mum's address in the top left corner.
This is why you get scammed.
So people are messaging me like, "You should probably take that address." I thought, yeah,
Yeah, you probably should
took it
do
off.
that. Yeah.
No one's gonna. They might, go around and fuck her, and that's what she needs.
Oh, that's terrible.
You just said that about your own mum.
God.
It's sad when someone asks your mum themselves, just so that somebody else doesn't your mum.
That's a bit, yeah. It's like, have you seen Eminem when he's like, I do live in a trailer. I am a fucking, but you kind of Eminem'd yourself.
I just Eminem myself on 8 Mile.
Yeah.
myself.
I mean, sorry to bet the Dom's mum.
And to compare, I've just been compared to Eminem.
That's
Best
good
man
for
of my
you.
life.
Yeah,
That's
but
great.
the bad times he had.
That was a good.
You
That bit was the big bit of the
No,
film.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was the big bit of the film, but the worst bit of his life.
No, that was a big come up for him that moment. That's
You've watched 8 Mile, haven't you?
Of
Well, no,
course,
at the
yeah.
end,
Well, ages ago.
doing the rap battle when he just completely ruins it
Yeah.
the first time, and then
He's
the
in
second
a
time he comes back.
dungeon. He's in a dungeon. He's not.
I'm about to go to Creature's comedy.
But he has to do that because otherwise there'd be no stakes in the film, would there?
Yeah, but I reckon that did actually happen. Are you gonna watch it now? Are you?
Yeah, I'm going to watch it now. So I was checking. I knew it's 2002 that came out.
Yeah.
Right.
It wasn't that the year you were born?
No.
Were you 2001?
2000.
You're 2000?
Yeah, I watched the towers go down.
I don't even know how old he is. I don't think anybody does.
I'm ageless.
But it strikes me that Eminem would have got famous because I remember seeing him on Top of the Pops with My Name Is. And that was before you guys were born.
Because he would already obviously been massively famous by the time that film came out.
It was pretty quick. It was, I think it was 98 that 97 he was still making mixtapes for Raucous Records and stuff. 98 Slim Shady came out. And then 99, The Chronic 2001 came out, which he was on, which I'd forgot about Dre. And what's the other one that Eminem's on? I can't remember now.
When was he in?
Nowadays, everybody want to talk, but they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move the lips. Just a bunch of gibberish, and motherfuckers act like forgot about Dre. It is forgot about Dre.
He channeled him then.
They're just like, just
in the
absolutely just like got possessed by the spirit of Marshall Mathers.
When
It
was
wasn't
he?
quite.
When was he in D12? Was that before he was famous?
Well, he was in D12 first, yeah. So the guy in it who's played by Mekhi Phifer, that's Proof, who eventually died.
Yeah.
Proof died, and D12 was from Detroit.
So he was
Dirty
probably just,
Dozen.
before '98. He was just working a job and making music, probably.
Yeah, he was probably making money before that, but '98 was when My Name Is came out, the first album, Slim Shady LP, and it blew up then. So I remember that because I was 12, 13.
Yeah. Oh shit!
How old do you reckon he was at that point?
I don't know. He's like 50 something now.
I think he was quite late. He was in his late 20s.
Yeah, I think he wasn't young. He'd been going a while.
He's been famous almost half his life, man.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's been famous a long time.
The Houdini music video must have cost fucking loads to make.
What's in that? I haven't seen that.
To have a quick.
No. Just describe
Well, I
it.
don't know. Just it's like
that's
it's like
your job on this podcast is to describe things.
Mine?
Yeah,
Is it?
in like a fun way that people want to listen to.
Well, it's the old.
Is it?
I don't think it is.
Oh. All right. Okay.
It's the old Eminem and the new Eminem, so it shows like him. You're gonna watch it? Are you?
No, you.
Well, it shows
carry
like
on.
him. You know, when Slim Shady come out, and him now, and it's just the way it is made. You can tell it. You know, the production cost would have
It's
been
a high
massive.
production value. Well, they got loads of money at fucking Sony Records, haven't they?
Well, I think he's also
He's-
got loads of money.
Yeah, but he's not. It's not coming out of his.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know. I'm not.
No, he
Out of
didn't
his
pay for it
finance.
himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be financed by his record label. Other
Otherwise, they don't
bands
get
that do
enough.
that, they'll pay for their own stuff now. But he'll be in an old school deal.
Well,
probably.
actually, no. Thinking about it, he has his own
He'll have his own
record label,
yeah.
doesn't he? It's Shady Records.
Mm.
Yeah, but it will be it's part of Interscope probably,
Is it?
which is then again a part of BMG or something like that. Universal's one of those.
He's got enough money. He's not worried, is he? I wouldn't have thought.
No, he's all right.
He's not.
Well, he's still
struggling.
worried because he's always has to be worried about something. Because he's
about
always
people putting disrespect on his name.
yeah. That's the thing. He's got so much money. He's sitting there waiting for someone to
He
disrespect
does,
his name.
and then he comes out and he's like, "Fucking, you know, he's
oh
got
man,
a right.
Machine Gun Kelly just dissed me. I got to make a record.
Yeah, I
That
mean,
was more like Cat Williams.
It was.
it was more
yeah.
Cat Williams. Actually.
Oh no, Machine Gun Kelly just dissed me. I gotta make a record.
Eminem
Sugar.
speaks pretty normally, I think. His voice is pretty standard.
Go on, you do an impression of Eminem then.
I think this is a good impression.
That's your voice. mate.
know.
Hey kids, do you like Primus?
It's violins,
Primus.
isn't it?
It's violence and the
I thought it was violins.
violence. Hey kids, do you like violins? You want
does
to
sound
see me
like
stick
that.
bark through my eyelids?
I did think it was violins.
Violence.
Violence.
Yeah.
But the
Violence.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah, it
than
does,
violins.
yeah.
Then he sticks
9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids.
each one of them.
I thought it might have been the
9-inch
the
nails.
that were in the violin.
That's 18 inches of nail in his face.
9-inch nails is a artist as well. It's a musician.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe he could have stuck back. That got philosophical. Um,
You must not pick up on any references in rap.
Just like,
There must be so many things that you don't
although I've
when you listen
recently
to rap music.
I've had a music discovery.
Have you?
who was
Yeah.
it? Come on.
This is freaking the Beatles or
The
Tina Turner.
Beastie Boys.
The Beastie Boys, yeah, obviously. Yeah. They've only been around for 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I'm sure.
40
I'm
years.
sure none of our viewers will know who they
Do you
are.
like their stuff?
Yeah, of course.
Sure Shot, great song.
Yeah, it is a great song, yeah.
I like the beat a lot. When I do an arena, I'm going to use that as the
Oh, yeah.
when that happens.
Sick. You're going to get them for real life in
I
there.
like-
No, I'm just going to use the instrumental beat.
They'll be dead by then, probably.
Yeah, that's right. I don't have to pay him copyright then.
That's anyway.
Well, you have to pay their estate.
It's
Probably
not,
won't have
it's
to.
not fun to talk about copyright law on this podcast.
No, so we got
The,
to talk about something more interesting. Voting.
yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I just got to
stop
put you on
going
the
on
spot
about
because we've got the general election on Thursday. By the time this comes out, there'll be probably a new government.
Yeah, when you were in the kitchen, you were like, it's kind of your democratic duty to put your word in, and you probably should have had your vote taken off you.
Why?
I just think you're just so incapable of understanding it.
Stop going on about it, I reckon.
But you're not going to vote, are you?
No.
And I think I'm exempt for religious reasons now, probably.
Oh yeah, because you're a monk, so you don't have to vote.
Can't vote.
Monks can vote still. They're still people.
The ebb and flow of the universe will decide. You know, who wins.
Sake, mate.
So if we don't get the result you want, whoever you are looking to win.
Well, I don't really want a result. I'm alright with whatever happens. It's not going to change my life, is it? Probably.
But if everybody said that, then we just have we just have a dictatorship.
Yeah, but maybe we'd get them to do a race or something.
What do you mean? You want to get them to do a race?
Yeah, but maybe they'd do something. They'd be like, no one's willing to vote because they can't read.
We should get them to do a gong show.
A gong show.
Yeah,
gong
like Rishi
show. That's
Sunak.
hilarious. That is a
Rishi
good idea.
Sunak and Keir Starmer.
What do you reckon?
And
Could be 5 minutes.
Do you know when you're embezzling money from the NHS?
Whoever wins in the clap off,
Yeah,
their party wins. No, but the Beat the Frog.
Is it Beat the Frog, is it?
Yeah, Beat the Frog, yeah.
So
I want to do one of the 8-minute support slots.
Should we line up some...
No, that's previous prime ministers who do the opening spots. You got Tony Blair coming up to do
Boris.
the 8-minute spot. You can't gog him off.
Yeah.
Boris is up.
I know, because he's always bombing Tony Blair.
Oh,
War
goodness
crimes.
me.
War crimes.
So you've heard it here first. Dom reckons he's not going to get involved unless it's a gong show.
Or if they played around the golf, then I'd watch that.
And you'll only MC
I'll MC, yeah.
for 100 quid.
No, 150.
150.
They've got the money.
That's cheap for all the... Because it's coming out of taxpayer money. Might as well put the money up.
They could get Danny McLaughlin for that, probably, on a Monday.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Probably. Thing is, a lot of people would have morals to not do it.
You'd be the only one who's there going to do the...
What are you on about? We're deciding the future of the... It's your democratic duty to MC.
And if they're going to go anywhere, they're probably going to go to the Comedy Store in London, aren't they?
Yeah, you're right. It's probably not going to get
Kieran
decided up here.
Rishi on the direct train.
Well, there's a gong show in every area, I think. You just have to go and do a load of different gongs.
What, like a Pokemon gym battle?
Yeah.
Like you go into a town and their one's rock. So you get a little badge at the end.
Hang on. A gong show, by the way, is a stand-up comedy show where the audience have cards. And if they put the cards up, you get gonged off.
It's horrible. It makes you cry
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's not a good idea. Never go to one, I don't reckon.
Don't do it.
Just come to our Rent Boys Live podcast on the... Oh, we haven't got one.
We'll just put that in later.
You can come and chill in the living room while we do it.
Yeah, you can just watch this live, to be honest. We wouldn't be able to kick you out.
But we are going to charge a few pound entry on the camp. We will stop and start every 15 minutes. So, just so you know.
Just
Sweet.
so you know.
So you've heard it here first. Is that all you want to say about voting?
Just come chill in the
I
living
think so, yeah. Are you allowed to talk about who you want to vote? Or is it a secret? Is it
Oh.
like a wish that if you tell somebody it don't come true?
Oh, I don't know, actually. Yeah, I don't know if you're jinxing it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down there and just see whose logo design I like the best.
Yeah,
When are you-
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Unfortunately, right, because I don't want to vote for one of these Reform Party, UKIP right-wing ones. That's not really my style.
Yeah.
But they do tend to have logos with the sick fucking geezer in like medieval armor and a sword and stuff. So it's going to be difficult for me to vote for like a non-right-wing party when I love swords.
When are you doing this then, man?
There was this guy, right? I'll just a quick story. Years ago, I was in London, 2017. I was back from Tokyo and I was doing some gigs in London, and I was doing just bringer shows. This was early days. He's put his mic down there. And I'm
not required.
He's not bothering.
Bring a shows where you got to bring people in order to perform.
Thank you, Don.
Is he like a glossary?
Yeah, he's found his role now. He just
Yeah.
explains things.
Yeah.
Anything he knows, he explains it. Luckily, not too many things. So there's a bringers Facebook group where you go, hey, I need a bringer for tonight.
Facebook's a app made by
Social media.
made by Mark Zuckerberg,
Website.
where people can connect via the Facebooks.
This guy says, I'll do the bringer for you. His name's Nicholas DeSanto, right? And
Probably a Spanish name,
he's Italian.
an Italian name.
And he comes to the show. I looked at his Facebook and he had a picture of him wearing British St. George style garb, like chainmail armor, a sword, and like a St. George's cross across his chest, like he was doing a reenactment. I was like, this is a bit weird, right? Like, this is an Italian guy, but he's being like the fucking I don't know, sort of country style, like right wing England gammon kind of guy.
Yeah, that's a cultural appropriation.
Right wing, otherwise known as the Tory party.
All right, that's not too bad.
No.
So he comes, we chat. He's a nice guy, and he says he's just started comedy, but he's going to get into it now. So I go away, come back. A couple of years later, I see that he's become like, he's got like a video with like 500k views on YouTube from Comedy Unleashed, which is at the Backyard, which is the right wing comedian thing. So he's one of these right wing comedy guys.
Backyard, another comedy club in Bethnal Green, which I'll be doing on October 12th. Come if you want, but I don't get any more money, so if you don't, it doesn't really matter.
I literally never see any shade of him anywhere in London, any posters, any stuff in Manchester. He just does this right-wing comedy stuff. It was just like,
He's like kind of a resident there.
Yeah, he's like a miniature, like little star in the right-wing comedy world.
Quick fact: did you guess what celebrity popped in to watch Comedy Unleashed and did a set that's not a comedian?
I do have an idea. I do
Gordon
know someone,
Ramsay.
but
Jordan Peterson.
Oh, really?
Imagine being there that night and Jordan Peterson gets up
what
in
is
his
the
suit and
deal?
goes, "This is a great thing. Censorship is not good. Did you all make your beds this morning?"
How are you guys doing tonight? Oh, glad to be here. What's the deal with immigrants? So yeah,
If you
just
didn't
a
make your
sidebar.
bed, you're a dirty slut. The accent's got worse. I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that would have been a good stopping point, but you kind of kept it going. But it's all right.
But he's riffing.
Yeah, I'm riffing.
He's getting better.
He's getting there. We'll get into the next part.
Are you not going to finish the story?
No, that's not right.
Are you not going to finish the story?
That's it.
That's it. Good thing I
That's
came.
the story. Just listen to all that. I had loads of questions.
You got questions about that story?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
I was going to say.
Literally all that happened was I thought, oh, this guy's just some open micer. A couple of years later, and he's like banging it like in comedy,
Yeah.
just in the right wing
He's
world.
touring.
Yeah,
Stuff.
but I don't.
Yeah,
know
he's doing some touring. Yeah.
Was he wearing the armor on stage?
No, he wasn't wearing the armour on
That's what I wanted
stage.
to ask. That would have been.
I'm sorry, I denied you that question.
God, it's hard to see people surpass you, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because it was. But then I was like, well, wait a minute, this guy's not getting booked anywhere else. He's literally just like, I got it's the cancelled comedians comedy tour. It's like, who cancelled you?
Yeah. You didn't start.
You haven't even been about. Yeah.
Yeah. You're you have fear about that, don't you? You have like reoccurring nightmares about being cancelled.
Yeah, I
and
do, yeah.
Do you actually?
Well, this was, if I can bring up my dream,
You want to bring up your dream now?
well, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, we can do that. Hold on.
Feels like a good point. Although I have got a gripe, so I would like to still.
Well, I'm gonna. Which one do you want to do first?
Well, that seems like a good segue to my dream.
Gripe of the week, gripe of the week, got the pipe of the week, it's the strike of the week, yeah, gripe of the week, gripe of the week.
I used a different theme tune because we're gonna change it.
change it in post.
So I had a dream the other day that I was on. Well, I wasn't on it actually. That Lee Evans
Oh yeah.
was on the Graham Norton show.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes on there, and they're talking about something, and they go, Lee Evans goes to Graham Norton. I've heard of this this comedian Dom Attenwood. And Graham goes, yeah, I've heard his name about, yeah.
I've heard his name around.
And then
What? What did you say about him then?
And then Graham's like, what do you think? How would you describe his act? And Lee Evans goes, well, this is what I was going to say. I'd say his act and his personality, I would compare it to sandpaper, dry and boring as fuck. And I was like, and then the camera cuts. Guess who is sat next to him?
Who?
Alex. Yeah, in his little
so funny.
fucking silky paedophile shirt.
That's
and that.
amazing.
And he goes, Lee, I don't think that's a fair point. You know, I've seen him. He's got some good stuff. And then they just started talking about something else.
Hold on.
Yes.
So I defended you.
You defended me, but not enough to. And then Lee Evans just went like, no. And then you defended me, but you thought, I'll leave it.
Yeah.
I defended you to Lee Evans. He's a legend of comedy.
Yeah, but then you were like, actually,
But like, I won't argue it. But I'll
Yeah.
defend it. But I won't argue
I'll say,
it.
no, it was as if like I'll say something.
one go and that's it.
Yeah.
It was like,
exactly.
I'll say something just so if Dom's watching, he doesn't have a go at me.
Oh,
But,
leave him alone.
yeah,
He's sad.
he's got stuff going on.
Yeah. Come on, I know he's shit, but this isn't the place.
Yeah.
This
Anyway.
isn't the time or place, Lee.
And then Yeah, then I was like, fuck, I need to fix this. And then hang on a minute. Lee Evans knows who I am. And why is Alex on Graham Norton? How's that happen?
You woke up.
Which were you more upset about?
he was in Penwortham and for no money on Friday. Now he's on Graham Norton.
Well, you sat in this living room here watching this.
I didn't do that gig.
No, I know, but I thought it'd be funny to say.
Yeah, it was funny. That's so funny that you have dreams of one, other people being more successful than you, and two,
And more successful people talking down.
yeah,
to me.
talking. But you're writing your own bad reviews in your
Yeah, yeah.
That's sandpaper. That's
Sandpaper, that's ridiculous.
Dry and boring as fuck.
Wow.
Like sandpaper.
I actually think sandpaper's quite interesting.
I've never heard anyone
Got
describe a
someone
human as sandpaper, so
I thought it would be grating and annoying, and to be fair, spot on.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I spoke about it I saw Lee Evans he's come back, he went on Graham Norton for real, so I guess I saw that and I linked it to this.
You could have said like a cheese grater.
Yeah,
It's grating and is easily forgettable.
Well, the damage
cheesy.
is done now, isn't it?
Because you're always trying to find your cheese grater.
It fucking stinks.
Yeah, listen, I'm not good
You
at
said it
reviews.
now.
I'm not a reviewer, am I?
You said it now, the
Tried
damage
it.
is done.
I tried it.
Lee, if you're watching this, which you might be, as you know who I
Why
am.
do you keep saying this shirt is paedophile shirt? It's just
Because
a
I'm trying to be
corduroy
funny.
shirt.
I'm trying to be funny, mate.
I don't think paedophiles get their own shirts. I don't think I think they can wear any. And usually, they've probably not got a shirt.
No, I was more talking about your soury float.
Soury float?
Soury,
Sour.
flowery silk shirts you wear.
I
on.
think you should wear a silk shirt just to challenge your own sense of self.
I reckon you'd look quite good.
Can I borrow one? Get off your phone.
Just checking out what I've got here. Nothing.
Not gonna.
Absolutely nothing.
Nothing from
Nothing.
Graham Norton.
Just no. The Graham
was
Norton
so
show haven't said, "Oh, you missed the show, Alex. Where have you been? You're supposed to be on."
See, that's my story time. That's my dream.
Jesus Christ.
That was more interesting than I thought it was
Yeah.
going to be.
It's not even the first time you've had a dream like that.
No, it's not. No.
So,
I'm surprised you're
Doing that a
scared
lot.
of being cancelled because you keep coming on this podcast and just saying
Saying awful stuff.
saying things are gay.
I'm
And
not-
that.
prostitutes
I'm not-
and gay.
I'm not scared of being cancelled. Where'd you get that from?
Me.
Hmm.
From you having these recurring dreams, telling us about them.
That's not being cancelled though. That's just.
It's just failing.
Oh, I guess the dream I had about you and the Lowry, I probably may have been. No, I just wasn't as successful as you were. So I was opening for
well.
you.
I am surprised. The only thing that's really inaccurate about that is that I would defend you.
You know you've got to get on the Graham Norton show now just to make his nightmares.
With Lee
come true.
Evans.
In a green room around the country, I might be like, I live with him and he's all right.
Yeah. You've
That's the
defended-
best
you've
you're gonna
defended
get.
me before.
Yeah, I've got to defend you all the time,
He's all right.
Mm.
non-stop.
You wouldn't say that. You'd be like, yeah, this one time, right?
Yeah, actually, you should try living with him. He's fucking annoying.
You got it easy.
And they'd be like, we love having you around, Alex.
If you don't like his comedy, try trying to get him to put things in the right bin.
Yeah.
It's a
and then
fucking
you'd
absolute
say-
nightmare.
You'd cry.
Speaking of which, Gripe.
Gripe of the week, gripe of the week, and the pipe of the week. It's the strike of the week, yeah, gripe of the week, gripe of the week. Have a little bit of the gripe of the week now.
My gripe is who's opening my post and parcels, because yesterday come upstairs, just got back from Southend. I've got a letter on the desk. Thanks for putting it there, but it was open.
What do
And
you
I had an
mean?
Amazon parcel the other day, obviously opened. Who's
So
opening my
fucking
stuff?
what?
Which is a bit weird. I
Who
think.
cares?
I just think it's a bit weird that people are
Who gives a
seeing
shit
a letter.
if someone's opening your post?
See what Dom's up
What's
to.
in your post that's so interesting? Nobody gives a shit about your post. Who would open your post?
Well, must be you. I reckon.
I didn't
'Cause
open
you
your
was there.
post. I didn't. Why would I read your post?
But it was open on the desk, so someone's opened it, haven't they?
Yeah, but
Someone's
so
opened
what?
the
Who
post.
cares?
Well, I'm just asking who's doing
How
it.
was it opened? Was it ripped or was it cut?
Opened properly from whatever it's called.
Was it cut up?
I don't know.
I don't cut.
You're not a cutter.
No, I don't.
Well, I don't read. It's not my thing, is it?
I mean, it'd be mad if you were
I haven't
opening
read
his
any
post
posts.
because you don't open your own post.
Yeah, I know. I'll try and avoid
I
it.
would open Ethan. I have opened Ethan's post
Sometimes
in
I
order
post.
that he actually reads it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then
really?
what he does is he leaves it on the side in a visible way.
Yeah,
That's usually a fine.
Yeah.
I do that. Yeah.
Which I ignore the fines on purpose. They're not real if you don't read it.
No one's opening your packages.
Someone did.
Amazon.
There was one a while ago, yeah.
Well, you know what, mate? Maybe you opened it and forgot.
I didn't.
Maybe you need to install hidden cameras in the house so that you can find out who's opening your packages.
Yeah.
Gotta do that, yeah.
Is that really your gripe of the week?
That was.
Is that it?
Well, I haven't been here, have I? Really?
Is that the worst thing in your life?
It's Monday.
That's mad. I've got a gripe.
Oh,
It's not
what's
about
the
you
gripe?
two. It's about Manchester. There's fucking so many nutters here, right? What is it about summer? Places like Manchester, London's the same. Any big city where the sun comes out and the absolute lunatics just come out of the
The
woodwork.
crackheads.
Just idiots. Just want to be part of your life.
Yeah, it's like slugs only come out when it's raining. It's like just the right weather for crackheads, I think.
It is the right weather for crackheads. I was at the tram, waiting for the tram, and the guy comes to the same stop as us, and he's got this massive flat cardboard box for a shower door. Nothing in it, empty, right? He's opened it. The shower door's been had, probably not by him, but he's carrying around this big thing, right?
Well, he's recycling, I guess.
Well, is he? Who knows? What's he doing?
Well,
Because I thought he was a break dancer.
He's not fly to... Oh, right, do you reckon? Yeah, it could be.
He's a break dancing
Pop
man.
locking on.
Yeah, he's just going to be pop locking on it. But then after a while, I realised this guy can't dance.
Yeah.
He's topless, yeah? No shirt in sight. He hasn't even brought a shirt out.
He hadn't brought one with
Covered in shit tattoos, right? He's looking like a bit like the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
Like there
weird
might be
thing.
secrets on him.
Yeah, like biblical stuff.
You watched that film?
Ponytail,
No.
glasses, looking like a nerd, but like you could feel that he's got a deep addiction to crack.
Yeah, exactly.
He gets on the tram and he leaves this massive piece of cardboard in the way of the door. And some lady's trying to get off the tram with her bike. And he's like, oh, sorry. Oh, fucking hell. Right. Just puts it around and just puts it in another really more inconvenient place. She looks at me like, fucking, what's this guy doing? And then he sits down and starts playing drum and bass out of his speaker at full volume.
Free drum and bass.
No, you didn't want drum and bass at that hour, do you?
Do you know
What time was this?
Like 4 p.m., 5
Yeah,
p.m.
Drum and bass
It's not drum
time.
and bass time.
That
It's not drum
is
and bass.
just after your lunch.
Tea time, drum and bass time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad. It is. There is something about the sun. And I also found people are less friendly in the sun. You think, I used to be a busker. People give you less money in the sun because they're all sweaty and angry and they don't want to hear you butchering Oasis songs.
That's a shame,
What's the
that.
most you made in a day? A basket?
Probably about 80 quid
What, from the whole day?
from the whole day, yeah.
You should start doing that again. It's not bad.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Better than this comedy. Phase out.
Yeah. Did you like doing it?
It was alright.
Where would you do it? In Manchester?
There are a lot of questions coming up with this. I don't think I'm enjoying
There's a
this.
lot of very small, insignificant questions coming your way.
I feel like I'm getting in a weird interrogation. I feel like I've met somebody's parents for the first time.
Where did you do it?
Can you answer that question?
What songs did you play?
Yeah, I just did it in Ashton.
Okay, cool. Thanks. That's all.
Definitely do it in Chorlton. They got more money, yeah.
They do have more money than they do in Ashton, but are they more giving?
Where would you do it?
Well, that's the thing.
Because us, lowly lives.
What were the
Stick
Huddersfield
together.
people like when you went on the trip? Where did you beg for food?
Outside of Tesco's.
What area?
Oh, Greenfield it was. So it wasn't in Yorkshire yet.
Oh, okay.
Did he get loads of food?
You got 2 loaves of bread and some peanut butter and some jam and some bananas.
It's a mad combo. Just like, that's suggesting that you should go to a kitchen and make sandwiches up.
Well, he had a spoon.
Peanut butter and jelly.
I think he asks for bread as well.
Does he?
I think if he gets asked, he says bread goes a long way.
Bread goes a long way. Yeah, carbs in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It's not
How
that
did we
much
get
food,
onto
though.
that?
I thought you'd get given more food than that.
Yeah.
Some sweets would have been nice.
We got onto that from Nutters in the Sun, and you were like, yeah, that's me.
Oh, yeah. I've been going nuts. And I went on that pilgrimage. It was good. I got a lot from it. Mostly what I got was, I'm not a monk. But you don't have to be a monk to go on a pilgrimage. You can just be anybody. You can just be yourself, and that's all right.
Pilgrimage.
No, it's not.
You're good enough.
Being me's not all
No,
right.
that's what I'm saying. We're
No.
all on our own little pilgrimages, mate.
I'm sorry. Being myself, it's never worked.
You're gonna have
I
to
agree.
stop it, man. You're gonna have to stop hating yourself.
I can't keep being myself.
You could wear different shirts. That might help. But
The shirts
other
are the
than that-
least of my worries. That's the thing. I think the shirts are actually working.
What is it? The mustache? What?
It's the only part of me that's working.
What's the problem then? Everything else?
Yeah.
Everything else.
I'm trying to find this person who
Yeah, I
messaged
understand. I guessed what you were doing, but to the viewers, you look really rude and arrogant. They're thinking, yeah,
No,
Well,
you
luckily-
look really sad and like
He's
you were
not
trying
got-
to find your Tumblr page.
Luckily, we're not getting many views on YouTube. So so no one's really gonna bother about that, are they? No one's gonna care.
Burn.
I can't find it. Look.
Well, that's all right, isn't it? I mean, this has killed the men's.
Next time I'll find it.
But surely you would have begged for food 2 days or not?
Just the one day we had to beg. The other days, everything was just provided.
You only ate once a day.
Yep.
I found it.
What was the question?
Are we on that now? Are we?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got more to say? Did you want to talk about nutters in the summertime? Because you didn't have anything to say about that.
Well, people have been playing golf topless, which is mental.
What do you think about that as a golf guy?
Well, not at my new course because it's a lot different, but at the Peton Park it would happen all the time, and I think it's mental.
Go
To play golf topless. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, what happened to the standards in golf? It used to be a gentleman's game. You come dressed up in your nice breathable shirts, you know, with your little hat on and like your funny little shoes. And now just guys coming on barefoot, knobs out, tattoos are absolutely covered in them.
They're the gentlest men around here.
Maybe that's what my man was doing on the tram.
He could have been going to his golf game.
Going to his golf game, taking a bit of cardboard with him.
Yeah, maybe that's what we're in there, golf clubs.
Just to break
can't afford a bag.
In between holes.
The only thing that was long enough to keep it. I don't even have a shower.
He's gonna pick the whole thing up and start twatting balls with that.
Yeah.
Could do. That's maybe more of a bat sport, I reckon. Cricket.
Probably very good with it. Anyway, go on then.
Okay, here we go. Hi, Alex. New but big fan of the Rent Boys podcast. I've watched every episode you've put out in the week since I found the podcast. Amazing.
Thanks for watching.
Reb.
As I was watching,
you.
I couldn't help notice something. I'm autistic and Dom is 100% on the spectrum. Please tell him to explore getting an autism diagnosis. I think it would really help him. This is a guy who won't even check the settings on his camera
I've
to
already
see
been
if
for
they
a diagnosis.
work.
I think if you my autism, it's like so if we use a
It's not
analogy-
official.
If we use an analogy of a bus, the driver would be the most autistic, and it would be the cool kids at the back, not at all autistic. I think I'm somewhere in the middle of the bus.
The driver would be the most autistic.
No, I'm saying the scale.
I don't think you understand what the spectrum of autism entails.
Like, if it was a scale.
Well, so the driver would be a non-verbal, like, who can't move his arms and legs or eat for him to eat. They'd have to feed the driver with, like, fucking applesauce.
He's
and
completely
that.
non-verbal.
I probably shouldn't do an impression, but the.
Well, what I'm saying is,
why is he driving the bus?
Yeah.
He's not got a license.
He's got the most control. He's got all kinds of mad stuff going on in his head and like noise and that.
Oh, he's doing it psychically.
No, but you know what it's like with autistic people. They say that it's like sensory overload from everywhere. So he's trying to drive a bus and
Dom's trying to
or
get
it could be a woman.
I'm saying if there's a scale, 100% is the driver end of the bus, 0% is the back. I'm somewhere in the middle.
What I love about this analogy is that even on a fictional bus full of autistic people, you're still not cool enough to sit at the back. You're like you've made this up.
I made this up, yeah.
They know maths and can play a Pokemon game real well.
I don't
can't do
deserve
that.
to be there.
I'm just rude to people in Starbucks.
Oh, all right. Shots fired. Well,
What?
so I said something. I just responded, was really nice and that, and said,
Do you want to meet up next week? That's probably what he said.
Yeah, what are you doing tonight?
Can we get
I hear you're autistic. What are you up to? No, I wouldn't do that. She's probably watching that. I didn't do that.
How old are
obviously.
you? 30. I know.
Too old. He just. She said he just has an autistic vibe.
Yeah.
Which is what you're basically.
You just reek of it.
You're riding on that, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and then what did you say and what did she
You just
say
smell like crayons and beans.
I said he's riding on that so far.
And then she said...
And she didn't
just has an
respond.
autistic vibe.
Seen last week, that was it.
She was like, I've got everything out that I needed to say.
She can't be that autistic because she knew when to finish the conversation. Actually, I don't mean to say that about your...
Well, we've just lost a Patreon.
We have, yeah.
We ain't got a page.
No, we haven't got a Patreon.
She only just started listening and I messed it up already.
It's all right. You're not great with women. So...
That was all I had. It was the only thing I had going.
We got the mustache.
Yeah.
And a temper. Got that.
Only when you're around.
Yeah, to be
Oh.
honest, you're like,
You think I'm
you know how
angry?
Ben-
It's just because I'm angry at you all
Do
the
you know how
time.
Ben described me, summed it up quite well? He said, what I would say about Dom is you make it very hard to like you sometimes.
Yeah, that is very true. Yeah,
that's the kindest way
That's
of
kinda
saying
poetic.
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, on that note, we'll say goodbye. If everyone's ready to say that.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Listen.
The rent is now due. Please subscribe to the YouTube and like and all that stuff. Podcast listeners, share it with your friends. All that gear. We love you. From the monk, the golfer, and me. We say goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
I'm not a monk. That was the only thing that I learned from that experience.
The non-monk.
Just do it.
Bye, everyone.
Peace out.